Hello. Today, VLearn spoke to Jes Rutter, Managing Director of Sustainability Consultants JRP Solutions. We started by suggesting to Jes that surely in today's business world, sustainability is already widely embraced.
Well, you'd have thought so, yes. Having said that, a little bit like HSE was considered 20 or 25 years ago, sustainability is still needing to get to that point where business is embed as KPIs, all of those things that are important with respect to HSE. That now still needs to be delivered in terms of sustainability, because it's all about the delivery of the benefits and getting that embedded into the business that's important.
Jes, do you feel that sustainability is being thought of as a luxury or a necessity in today's boardrooms and C-suites?
Perhaps before answering that, we could try and define what sustainability is. I have a quote here from the Brundtland Commission in their report, Our Common Future, which describes sustainability as follows. Sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So in terms of how they actually are being delivered, sustainability is being delivered, then there are some very good examples like the big four supermarket groups through to other organisations which we're seeing as within JRP where there is huge opportunity. I think I feel some sympathy sometimes for organisations because perhaps the word sustainability belies what's really underneath in terms of potential. We would prefer to use the word resource efficiency, where you're getting to the nitty-gritty of dealing with water, waste and carbon, and the opportunities that are within those arenas for real delivery of savings with very good payback opportunities.
But do you feel that this is going to involve a lot of investment in processes and in people too, adding to the financial burden when businesses are increasingly trying to tighten their financial belts?
That's true, and it is a little bit of a dichotomy in that as much as previous improvements in terms of resource efficiency have been in terms of labour. It's quite ironic really that now the labour that is actually previously been optimised is now what is missing in terms of resource to implement the improvements relating to waste, water and energy. Really, I think I'd sum it up by saying it needs a bit of a holistic approach when looking at things relating to operation and maintenance and practical improvements in order to drive and deliver such reductions.
And which industry sectors do you feel can benefit the most from becoming more resource efficient?
In our experience, whether it's from aluminium to aero engines or from beer to biscuits, and we've dealt with them all, there are large opportunities. At McVities we use the energy catalyst to determine and unearth a 41% savings, which surprised even us. The tools are there to uncover these untapped opportunities.
So what you're alluding to is that in real business terms, sustainability is about direct cost benefits and increased profit margins.
In many respects, yes. Ultimately, for any business, the sustainability in the widest sense of that business is what's very important and ultimately most essential. Getting to that position, maintaining competitive advantage obviously is very important. Businesses have to make a margin in the short, medium, long term in order to survive. Ultimately, there are other things that are important as well. It's about staff retention and attraction, improved environmental impact, and sustainability also adds to the brand value, especially if you can show real results.
Businesses, by their very nature, are very complex entities with many demands on resources. So where do business owners start?
Well, ultimately, you have to keep it simple. You have to focus on the things that you can control and influence, and you have to have a plan that's practical, flexible and deliverable, has to be achievable. We would suggest a 5-step plan. The first step would be to commit to improving sustainability and to communicate it. Step 2 would be to identify the size of the whole opportunity. It'd be all too easy just to look down particular avenues and different technologies. Really, the whole needs to be analysed in order that you can then fully prioritise. Otherwise, you may well be investing in the wrong place at the wrong time. Step 3 would be to then develop a plan based upon that information. Step 4 would be to identify and evaluate and prioritise and obviously implement these key improvement opportunities in a prioritised manner. Step 5, which would come later, but is also very important and often forgotten, is to subsequently evaluate the impact of your opportunities. Many times this can be done statistically and doesn't need specific measuring tools in order to get there.
So Jes, how would you summarise resource efficiency?
Clearly, a business that uses less raw materials, less water and less energy to produce and distribute its products is going to pollute less, waste less and spend less.
Jes, thank you for sharing your insights.
It's a pleasure.